space pilot Mr. Cool Guy here. Well, you know, I wonder how they're doing over on Earth 3. You know, they probably sent out another team to go find a new home, and you know, while they're at it, locate the missing pilot. Oh wait, that's me. So locate the missing me, basically. You know, and the other also sent out to the other reaches of the galaxies or whatever. No, assuming they potentially did make it to their destinations, or who knows, maybe they did. I wouldn't know. But anyways, it's time for 10 more random facts you may or may not know. Starting with fact number 1. Lunar Lake. Shaped like a quarter moon and over 2,000 years old, Crescent Lake is an amazing sight in the Gobi Desert. Near the city of Dunhuang, this oasis stands out with greenery against the desert sands. The lake is about 15 to 25 feet, or 4.5 to 17.6 meters deep. Despite being under a desert sun, around the lake are small souvenir stalls and a traditional pagoda for tourists to visit. Crescent Lake shows how life can thrive even in the most deserted places. Dang. That is crazy. A lake shaped like a quarter moon. Man, that's quite an interesting shape. I mean, you know, yeah, even bodies of water can take weird and interesting shapes. Do you think its shape changes with the moon cycle? Like, when there's a full moon, it's in the shape of a circle, or when it's in a half moon, it's like half a circle? Who knows? Maybe. Well, it's time to move on to fact number 2. It seems we're going to be looking at some colorful coasts. Where, you see, nature's colorful canvas stretches from coast to coast. So how about we discover the different shades of sand around the world and see what's so amazing about this fact? Or perhaps you'd like to go to a black beach. For covered in black volcanic ash and dark rocks, Reynisfjara is a popular black sand beach in Iceland. Or maybe you'd rather go to a green beach. For Papakolea Beach in Hawaii appears to have green sand thanks to tiny crystals called olivine. Or you'd like to visit a pink beach. For the pink beach on Komodo Island is one of 7 in the world that gets its color and sunlight due to tiny organisms called foraminifera. Or perhaps you'd instead prefer a red beach. For Rabida Island in the Galapagos is red. Its color comes from the iron in the volcanic rocks called scoria along its shore. Those are some interesting colors for sand. That is wild. You know, if they have beaches with sands that are that colors, then perhaps there is a blue beach, maybe even an orange beach. A beach with orange sand. Yes, I know. There's a beach called Orange Beach. Maybe there's even a purple beach. Or perhaps a white beach. Maybe. You just gotta go out there and explore the world to potentially find such beaches. But dang. Man, like, don't go to the black beach if you're feeling like sad or depressed, cause like black's not really a color you wanna really be around when you're sad and depressed, right? It's not usually signified with happiness and joy. No siree. Don't go to a green beach if you're feeling blah. Cause I don't know if green's the best color to be around if you're feeling like nauseous or sick. As for pink, I mean, I guess there's no really negative effects to it. I mean, I guess, you know, if you're one of those types of people that just really like pink, then here's your beach. Right? And, you know, I mean, you probably don't want to go to a red beach if you're feeling angry, or maybe you do. It's the beach, and the beach can help you calm down, but in my opinion, a beach with red sand like red is usually associated when it comes to like feelings of anger and frustration, so I don't know if you'd want to be on a beach that is red sand. Just saying. But now, let's move on. For facts 3 through 6, we're going to be looking at 4 peculiar items up close. So, let's start with peculiar item number 1 for fact 3. Oyster elephant. Oyster shells can be crushed into a powder and made into an extremely hard building material. Crushed oyster shells are sometimes used to make household ornaments, like this unique elephant statue. What a interesting and creative way to use oyster shells. Quite inventive. Peculiar item number 2 for fact 4. A shark's spine cane. This walking cane is made from a shark's vertebrae. It once belonged to Robert Ripley, who enjoyed collecting canes made of unusual materials. Sharks have a soft skeleton made of cartilage, like your ears and nose. Interesting. That's quite an interesting material for a cane. I mean, if it's made from a shark's spine, then, you know, that must be pretty durable. I mean, I wouldn't like whack it really hard against something metal because bones can break, but still, it's a pretty durable material. Now, peculiar item number 3 for fact number 5. Walrus bladder float. Arctic hunters use floats attached to harpoons to track prey in the water. Sometimes these floats are even made out of a walrus's bladder. The bladder's natural buoyancy ensures that the harpoon remains afloat, making it easier for hunters to locate and recover their spears after being thrown. That is an interesting way to make it float. I mean, that's it. Yeah, that is. That's wild. That is crazy. Well, you gotta make do with what you have. And now, for peculiar item number 4, for fact number 6, sea turtle skull. The loggerhead is the largest hard-shelled sea turtle in the ocean. It can grow more than 3.5 feet or 1 meter long and can weigh up to 400 pounds or 181 kilograms. Its big skull has extremely strong jaws, perfect for chowing down on tough-shelled prey like clams and horseshoe crabs. That is a strong jaw. Dang, that is crazy. I mean, that is... wow. Man, them turtles, they may not be the fastest creatures, but some of them have a strong bite. So do not try to stick your finger in its mouth. It will most likely chew it off. And then you'll be down a finger. Because you are stupid enough to put your finger in its mouth. Well, it's time to move on to fact number 7, shell shock. There's an underground cave in Margate, England that is covered with seashells, around 4.6 million of them. No one knows who made Shell Grotto or why. It was found by accident in 1835, but it was likely built a long time before that. Most of the shells are from creatures like oysters, whelks, and mussels that live near the grotto, but some are from as far away as the Caribbean. Some people think Shell Grotto might have been an old temple, a secret meeting spot, or even just a fun hobby. No matter what it began as, today it is considered a work of art. I'll say, sheesh, a cave covered in around 4.6 million seashells. Like, that would take a lot of time and dedication. Like, that is impressive. But yeah, you know, I'd love to hear your theories down below, what you think it was used for. In my opinion, personally, it might have been done as just by someone who had a lot of free time, but then it could have been used as a secret meeting spot for something. Potentially. But I'd love to hear your theories down below. But now, it's time for fact number 8. Conch Casa. There's a home in Mexico shaped like giant seashells found on Isla Mujeres. Shell house is made up of different buildings. The largest is 2 stories tall and shaped like a conch shell. and the one right next to it looks like a hermit crab's shell. Brothers Eduardo and Octavio Ocampo came up with the idea for the home. They made it so there are almost no straight lines inside or outside. Dang, that is crazy. Houses that look like different shells? Man. I mean, each their own. Like, that is, I mean, if you're a seashell lover, it's a perfect kind of home for you. I mean, me personally, I don't know if I'd stay in it, you know. I mean, I suppose I wouldn't mind it, but, I don't know. I think I'm more of a traditional shaped home kind of guy myself. Especially because it wouldn't be so easy to paint the inside of the home if you chose to. Right? Well, it's time to move on to fact number 9. Shellbound. A plant collector in the 1800s turned a scallop into a book. Finding plants and pressing them between pages was a popular hobby in Europe during the Victorian era. These books were called herbariums. The person who made this one with a seashell cover clearly had a theme in mind. All of the plants inside are different kinds of seaweed. That is an interesting type of book. And it's made from a seashell. Dang. You know, I'm beginning to realize seashells are more than just a simple hobby for like collecting them. For some people, I guess they're like a way of life. They see more to the seashells. They see them more as just a simple collection that they can start. They see them as art meant to be appreciated, used to make beautiful stuff. Makes you appreciate seashells more, doesn't it? I know I sure appreciate them more. But now, it's time for fact number 10. Bend over backward. UK teen Liberty Barrows can walk backward while bending her body so far backward that her head is by her knees. In 2022, at age 14, she made it 66 feet or 20 meters in 22 seconds while in the position, and that's just one of Liberty's many flexible feats. As a contortionist, she can also perform 11 chest-to-floor back bends in 30 seconds and tie her shoes in about 10 seconds while in the chest roll position. That is... that is something. Wow. I mean, these types of people, yeah, they're not for the faint of stomach. Right? They wow. It's impressive. Like not just anybody can do that, right? You have to be like double jointed or whatever to be that kind of flexible. But if for whatever reason you're not double jointed and somehow You managed to get yourself to be that flexible. That's impressive. I mean, I would not recommend watching any contortionists eating, because you're liable to potentially throw up. Just cause. But, yeah. That is... Yeah. Well, there was 10 random facts that you may or may have known, but you know now. Was there any that you knew? If so, let me know down in the comments below which ones you knew, and hey, if you have any additional information on the facts that I didn't list, hey, I'd love to hear about it. You know, maybe I'll learn something from you that I didn't know. Yeah, maybe you could stump Space Pilot Mr. Cool Guy. And you know, if you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like so the algorithm knows you want to see more appear in your recommended. And hey, if you do want to see more, well then why not go ahead and subscribe while you're at it, if you're not already subscribed, so that way you can be notified as soon as a new transmission comes out. And recommend this to others. Share this with others so they can enjoy these weird, wild, interesting, and crazy facts. I mean, of course, not all facts are like, whoa, I really enjoyed hearing that. On the rare occasion, yes, there is liable to be a fact that's like, why? Ugh. Yeah, there's always a chance of that. But more often than not, there is not going to be a fact like that. And even if there is, the rest of the facts, they're just fine. Well, I'm Space Pilot Mr. Cool Guy, and as I always say, when it comes to the facts, to infinity and more facts.